Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in the world today. Welcome to another video, Storytime Slots. I miss playing the slots, but I don't miss the walk of shame. I miss going to the casino, but I don't miss losing and getting pissed off. It's been a while, guys. It's been a while since I produced any type of slot content. I'd be lying if I told you I don't miss it. I do. In this video, we're going to talk about Storytime Slots. We're going to talk about my channel. We're going to talk about the direction. I want to share with you guys a few things I'm thinking about. And I want you guys in the comment section to let me know what you think. We are approaching 1 year since Storytime Slots was technically born. A lot has changed. My views, my thoughts, what I want to produce here has changed dramatically ever since I hit the record button on my very first video on this channel. And that's a natural growing process, right? But now I really got to think about what I really want to do moving forward. Okay? Cut out all the distractions, cut out everything, and just focus in on what this channel is about moving forward. Now, I know I built up quite an audience, and I always say this, you guys are what makes this channel move. The comment section, the people in there discussing, growing, sharing their views, sharing their pluses, their minuses, what they think, all that stuff. But now I really got to sit down and think about what I really want to do. Because 11 months and 2 days in, I put a lot of work into this. I really don't want to stop doing this. But at the same time, I want to create fun content that's not only fun to watch, but fun to make. And again, I'd be lying if I told you playing the slots and making slot videos is not fun. It's fun. So the question I have for you, my audience here today, those that are subscribed and those that are not subscribed. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe to Storytime. The question is, can I make content that not only is fun to make, but at the same time balancing out the pitfalls of gambling, the safeguards of gambling, the effects of gambling addiction, and the positive and negative sides, but at the same time producing slot content in control? What do I mean by in control? Is there such thing as being in control of slot content? Is there such thing as producing content and at the same time keeping your gambling addictions at bay, right? Because if you don't know, I come from a background of gambling. I mean, I used to gamble high. I used to lose thousands of dollars before I made the channel, right? You know my story. I shared it many times. But is there such thing as controlling that aspect of slot play? If I go in there, like many people do in this community, they go in there, not every day, maybe once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks, with a certain budget set in mind, never exceeding that budget, but making content. I'm not talking about high roller bets. You guys know if you bet $10 a spin, $20, $25 a spin, the money will go up fast. The money will dry up fast if you don't hit anything. That's a secret. If you're not lucky, the money will evaporate. As soon as you hit some bonuses, if you're lucky, it keeps you playing, right? And if you're super lucky that day, you might even come out ahead if it's your day, right? Hardly happens, but it does happen. It has happened to me this year a couple of times, and you've seen it on video. But majority of the time we're losing. I want to say 90 to 95% of my videos were all losing videos. 90%. But there are days that I had fun. Now, making slot content is the funnest content to make. It gives me an ability to make my own content, my own style of slot play, but at the same time talking about the pitfalls of gambling. Hey, you shouldn't do this. It's for entertainment. Don't come here, don't gamble. So is there an avenue for me to do this? And this is what I want to ask my audience. This is the question I want to ask. Because I'll be honest, it's easier to make content for Storytime Slots while I'm playing the slots. I do miss the slot machines. I do miss gambling. But is there a such thing as gambling for entertainment and fun in your eyes? Can an ex-addict or an addict, whatever you want to call me at this point, can he change his ways, go in there? I've already changed my ways. I don't high roll anymore. I don't go in with thousands of dollars. The most I take is $1,000, and if I exceed that, then it's time to go. I leave my cards at home and all that. Am I upset? Sure, we're human. We get upset. When we lose, we get frustrated. At the casino, at the game, what am I doing? Is it time for me to move on? But then when time goes by, you kind of get healed from all that, and you want to have fun again. Do you guys go through the same things? It's been a while, guys. My abstinence from casinos, it's been a while. And what can I say? I haven't lost $1 in a long time. The last video I made on the channel was the free play stuff. And that's it. I mean, I want to ask this question because for me, if you ask me, there is a path for Storytime Slots. There is a path, but I want you to understand the path, right? I want you to understand what I'm trying to do here and ask your opinion on this, because I don't want to be silenced from talking about what I go through, how I feel about gambling. I don't want to be silenced from talking about the addictions of gambling and what that causes people in daily lives, how it destroys lives if it's not checked, if it's not in control. So is there a balancing act? Can I practice that balancing act? Do you guys practice that balancing act? Where, hey, gambling addiction, fun. Fun, gambling addiction. Are we having fun or are we gambling? Why are we gambling? Are we there to pass time or are we there to make money? Are we there to have fun, a night out, entertainment, drinks, friends, whatever? Or are we there to gamble and supplement our income? Why are you there? Are you there to win thousands? Are you going and chasing a jackpot? That, in my opinion, is the wrong way to approach this. You cannot play the balancing act if you're going and chasing something. It's not about chasing. It's about going there and having fun on a limited budget, limiting your visits, still kind of taking care of that itch to play, but at the same time knowing the negative side of gambling. So is that okay in your book? Let me know in the comments. And this is not an argument. I'm not going to get mad at you for telling me what you believe in. Actually, I want you guys to tell me what you think in the comments. I need your feedback here. Moving forward, like I said, in about 3.5 weeks, we're approaching exactly 1 year on the channel. We are approaching 10,000 subscribers very, very shortly. But for me, it's not a race. It's content. I want to make good content where people enjoy my videos, where people come not because they want to hear the latest gossip or what this and that and talking about other people. I want people to come in here because they enjoy what I have to say. I want people to come in here, join Storytime Slots, subscribe to my channel because they want to hear what I have to say. Not what I think about certain people. Look, what happened last week, 2 weeks ago, it's done. Okay? It happened. I said what I had to say. A lot of people said what they had to say. It's over. Okay? Not going to address it any longer. Everything I said. And that's it. We're moving on. Now we're talking about my channel, though. Now we're talking about Storytime Slots and what this means moving forward. Because I really want to have fun, man. I really want to create content. And I really want to have fun as somebody that goes maybe to the casino. Man, this abstinence stuff, let me tell you something. 60 days. It's crazy hard. It's crazy hard. Because I'll be honest with you. I feel like something is missing from what I enjoyed. I feel like if I don't enjoy myself in a controlled environment, and I know, guys, gambling is not, it's hard to control. An ex-gambaholic, it's hard to ignore the triggers. It's either A, you stop gambling, or B, you just keep going. I really believe there is a middle ground. I really believe if tried hard enough, you could really balance it out. Where you're playing, but you're not overdoing it. Does that make sense? And does that make sense for you? Let me know what you think in the comments. There's no right or wrong here. There's no right or wrong answer. Everybody's different. Everybody's situation is different. And I gotta look at this from a content creator's point of view. What the message of this channel is. Because ultimately, you know how I feel about gambling and the abuses and taking it to the limits and losing everything. You know how I feel about that. It sucks. I hate walking the shame. I hate losing money. But at the same time, I like going there and I like playing sometimes. So what do I do? That's the question I'm trying to ask. But at the same time, there's this new element where I'm making content. So what do I really do, right? So give me some feedback in the comments. There's no right or wrong answer. And you know what I'm all about. You know what my background is. You know about this channel. I make different types of content. Slot play probably is the funnest thing I can record. And because I just like the interaction. I like me talking shit. I like me looking around. I like me commenting on the spins. Let's try this. Storytime Salina. I miss all that. Rock and roll. When I get some nice bonus, I miss that energy. I miss that buzz. I get it. These type of videos are good too. The conversation of, hey, Brandon losing it all, having nightmares, for example, or me losing it all, my friend banning himself. We can talk about all that stuff. And we have. What gambling means to you. What gambling means to me. The stories. That's all good. That's all needed on Storytime Slots, because ultimately Storytime Slots is the story behind the gambler. But again, with all that type of content, I really miss making slot play videos. Is there a place for Storytime Slots to go once in a while? To play, to show you the realities of slot play. Win or lose. Majority of the time it's going to be losing. See, the thing is, we always have to anticipate losing. We always have to know that we're going there to have fun, but most likely than not, we're going to end up walking out of there with less money than we took. That's 99.9% of the outcomes of slot play. Okay? We take money, we go, we give it a shot, we lose, we walk out of there, we wash our hands, and we say till next time. That's the realities of slot play. Is there a way for me to show that reality, but at the same time still have fun? Balance it, right? Control it, and never go overboard. And at the same time, still talk about the pitfalls of gambling, or how it makes me feel. Remembering the old days. Remembering the days where I lost thousands. Remembering the one day that I won 15,000. There's been good days too. Very few, but there's been good days too where I've won money. I've never won anything over 20 grand. I've never felt the feeling of winning over $16,000 in one day, let alone 20, 30, 40, 50, $100,000. Never. I've never experienced that feeling. Then again, I'm not betting. You don't really necessarily need to bet $50 a spin to win that big or $100 a spin. You can win the big one. But again, I know that I should never chase that. Again, I should be aware of everything that's going on around me. And the biggest thing, my biggest weakness, my kryptonite, is knowing when to stop. Like knowing when to get up and not leave money on the table. Because it just pisses me off, guys. Like how many times I've said this. I have a tendency of not realizing my situation. I have a tendency of wanting to keep playing. When I'm up, losing my up money, not leaving, and losing the money I brought and going home. Had I got up and then be satisfied with what I won, I would have, you know how much money I left on the table? It hurts when I think about it. It hurts. But getting up to that level, sometimes when it works out, is a great feeling. You start with $100 and all of a sudden you have $1,300, for example, in credits in the machine. Wow, you just won $1,200. Bonus after bonus, bonus after bonus, minis, minors, majors. I mean, it's a fun thing. Controlled, it's a fun activity. It costs money. Now, obviously, the more money you have to gamble, the more fun you're going to have. For example, if you go there with a paycheck, you're not having fun. You're there worried about losing your paycheck and worried about what's going to happen in the future. But if you go there with some disposable cash, this thing's set to the side, if I lose this, I'm okay, then you're there having more fun. And it's really not that much of a bigger deal if you lost the $500 you took. Still sucks, but you're not in that paycheck losing mode, which, I know how that feels. We all know how that feels, right? We should never go into a casino with paychecks. Never. Take care of all your obligations, whatever you have to do. Pay the rent, pay the electricity bill, pay your cell phone, pay the cars, whatever, everything. Buy groceries, stock up your fridge. Make sure you're good for about 2 weeks. Whatever's left, hey, I'm going to get paid 2 weeks. I have, let's say, a little bit left. Let me go. Are you okay with that? And how does that make you feel? So basically, I want you guys to tell me in the comments everything I talked about here, because it's something that I'm thinking about moving forward. Making content, talking videos like this, yes, it's needed. Podcast style needed. But at the same time, I feel like it's easier for me to make content playing the slots too. A lot of people do that. A lot of people, they know what gambling is, but they make slot content because they're having fun, they're human, they want to play still, but they want to play in control. A lot of slot creators, right? A lot of big channels, a lot of slot creators, they found a way to monetize. They found a way to get sponsors, so it can pay for the gambling. It can pay for the content creation. I haven't figured out that part of Storytime Slots yet, where a company that I believe in comes in and says, hey, we'll fund, we'll take care of your gambling, but I want to turn around and tell that company the message is not going to change. Just because you're giving me $10,000 a month or whatever, I'm not going to say that gambling is okay still. I'm going to keep saying that gambling, it should be treated as a form of a night out, entertainment, in control. You should only gamble when you have money to gamble. If you're borrowing to gamble, if you're taking money out of your savings that you need or hard-earned sweat, and you're going to need this money for a rainy day, you shouldn't even be at a casino, guys. I'm talking about the money that people allocate to have fun, the Have Fun Fund. So, yes, content creators have sponsorships. they pay for their gambling, and that's how come they can make these spins. It's up to us, you and me, to first of all realize what that is. It's entertainment, right? It's content for us to enjoy, right? But we shouldn't get influenced by it because we're not in the same situation as a Bretsky, as a Bluff. Why do people always like say Bretsky and Bluff together? Bluff, Bretsky. But you know what I mean? You're not in the same situation as Vegas Matt. I'm not in the same situation as Lady Luck. They're business people. They make money on this shit. And they make a lot of money on this, where they can afford to go and make those big bets. But where I come in is, am I totally saying no to that money? No, hell no. Who would say no to that money? But at the same time, I don't want to sell my soul for it. I don't want to sell a dream to people. I don't want to say, hey, look, you could win here too. I want to be very, very clear that gambling, like I said, should only be treated as like a movie, like an expensive restaurant. You go to an expensive restaurant, you order that Cristal champagne, you know you're not going to get any money back, but you're going to enjoy that Cristal champagne. You're going to enjoy that $300 tomahawk steak. Right? You're going to enjoy it. You're going to sit there. You know you're not going to win money from going out and paying $1,000 on dinner. Right? But you're going to enjoy it. It's your birthday. It's a night out. It's something to do. It's fun. I'm not going to go have Mastro's Steakhouse. By the way, I don't really like Mastro's that much. It's not my favorite. As an example, you're not going to go there when you're struggling to make your bills, right? I don't go out to dinner and charge it up. You know, I like to just pay cash for everything. I don't want to remember that I paid $300 for a dinner and then I have to pay for it and interest. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is I go there and I have fun doing that kind of stuff, but I know I'm not going to get anything in return. Gambling should be treated the same way. The only difference is there might be a minuscule chance that you might come out ahead in this thing. You know, ever had this happen to you guys? I'm sure you went to Vegas, took $3,000, gambled, drank, had fun. This hotel was comped, this, that. You gambled at the end of the trip. You won something, a nice jackpot, a nice hand pay, and the trip ended up costing you $300 because you won all your money back. Or the trip was free, plus you took home $2,000. Now, don't make it a habit. Don't think that's going to happen all the time. But there's a minuscule chance in gambling that you could come out ahead in that trip. It could happen because ultimately we're there playing, and then if we didn't have a shot in hell, we wouldn't play. But if there's a shot, a little bit of a chance that we might hit a major, we might hit a grand, why not? Let's give it a shot. But know that this is a night out. Know that it's the steakhouse. Know that it's the champagne. Know that it's the whatever you blow your money on. Expensive tires for your car, or a golf cart, or something that you don't really need, but you want, right? You don't really need a fancy Porsche, but you want it. You don't really need a Ferrari if you could afford it, but you want it, right? I don't need it. I want it, right? I don't need it. I don't need to play the slot machines, but I kind of want it. I want to have fun. So that's about it. Let me know in the comments what you think, because I'm at a turning point. I'm trying to decide with a level head what I really enjoy doing without ignoring the message here, which is gambling addiction is real. Gambling addiction sucks. Gambling addiction destroys lives. Gambling, losing money is not fun. If you need to quit gambling, I'm all for it. You know, like if that's the only way that lets you move on from this. I know a lot of people that have banned themselves because that's the only way. They need to be forced not to go there. I don't want to lose sight of that message, okay? But at the same time, I want to create content, responsible content, because why? I'm human. I enjoy it. I think there is a space for me somewhere in the middle where I talk about it. It's bad. Let's talk about the addiction, but at the same time, let's talk about the entertainment value. Let's talk about the fun people, the people that go there to have fun, the people that go there that are retired, the people that go there that want to, They don't like traveling. They want to go to the casino. Whatever it is, it's the lure, it's the fun, it's the history, it's the just the being in that environment. Some people really enjoy being in that casino environment. So control is very important here. Discipline is very, very important. A balance, a mindset of bankroll. Why you're there, not to chase and not to hit jackpots, but to have fun. You ever notice when you hit the hand pays, you're not expecting them. Oh shit, what just happened? Oh damn, got the triple lantern. So every time I've hit a major on Dragon Link, I was not expecting that damn thing. It just all of a sudden you see the green ball just pop up. It's a surprise. It's like, wow, it's crazy. So when we go there expecting things, it doesn't happen. But when we go there having fun and we know we could lose $800, number one, I really need to work on this, is not getting upset and mad. Because, things start happening in your mind. They're ganging up on me. It's the player's card. I still believe in that. I know a lot of people that don't, and they think I'm crazy for that kind of mindset. But I really believe that how much you put into this thing, they pay you accordingly back. You see what I'm saying? Like, oh, if you're going there with free play and not playing a dime, they won't award you that big prizes. They won't. You got to be losing a little bit for them to give some back, and everything. And that's my personal opinion. And everything can be controlled by your points, by your player's card, by your tendencies, by the amount of visits you make to this particular casino. Yeah, everything adds up. And computers these days are so sophisticated, guys. You can type something in AI and can generate a movie for you. Like, you don't think that these systems are that sophisticated? They are. They know everything we're doing. They know everything we're spinning. They know what games we're playing. What's the machine that we really like the most? What our cutoff point is? What our walking away point is? Do we actually walk away when we're up? They know everything, man. It's so sophisticated. And that's my opinion. All right? It also has to do a little bit of, it's pure luck. Random number generator when you press the spin button. But I think that player profile kind of influences the outcomes, and that's my personal belief. I could be wrong. I'm not a genius. I'm not an AI genius, or I don't have anything figured out. I'm more of an emotional slot player, but I want to block all that stuff out and just pretend sometimes that it is in the up and up. It is totally random. I want it to be totally random, guys. I'm in favor of it to be totally random. I don't want the systems to pick favorites or to judge my outcome because of past outcomes. I don't want to believe in that, and I hope it's not true. I want it to be totally random. And there's a chance that it probably is. I'm just bringing up some kind of conspiracies. But anyway, that's the talk for today. Let me know in the comments, all right? Let me know what you think, because it's important for me moving forward on this channel. I'm going to just start having fun, man, because I was having fun when I started it. There was no outside influence. There was no outside distractions. I was just having fun. Look at all my free play redemption videos where I go in there and here's the balance. And that's when I was truly having fun. Yeah, I've never won anything huge on the channel. Will it happen? I don't know. I'm still debating on whether if I should continue this 60-day thing. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do, guys. I'm really adjusting as I go, and I really want to make content. I want to make content. I want to make good, fun content for you guys to enjoy. Honest, fair, real content for you guys to enjoy. So, with a good attitude, I try. I know some of you guys enjoy my rants. That's fine. There'll be rants. But today it's hot. I'm in a good mood. That's about it. Alright, won't make this video that long, but enjoy it. Let me know in the comments what you think of everything I talked about. Just let me know, man. Type it in there because it's going to make a difference in how I approach this thing moving forward and what I do. Alright, we'll talk to you guys on the next video. And always remember, gamble responsibly, play with the money that you can afford to burn with a match. And don't forget to listen to the rock and roll because I love music. We'll see you guys later.